Welcome to the deep dive. If you look up, like right now, just imagine this silent revolution happening right over your head. And we're not just talking about, another satellite launch or a space station update. This is really the beginning of something else, orbital AI supercomputers. These are autonomous systems, really intelligent ones, setting up shop in low Earth orbit. And they're genuinely changing our whole idea of what artificial intelligence even is. So our mission today is really unpack what's going on here. What are these systems exactly? What are they promising? I mean, we hear things like tackling climate change, predicting disasters, maybe even managing global internet. It sounds huge. And, well, as we look at the sources, we have to ask the big questions, right? Who's actually controlling this new kind of intelligence? And what happens when AI doesn't need Earth anymore?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Our deep dive today is really about peeling back those layers, looking at this space-based AI infrastructure.
Okay.
We need to figure out which countries, which big companies are in this race to build it. And critically, we have to confront the risks. Because let's be honest, the risks here, they seem just as big as the potential rewards, especially when intelligence literally leaves the planet.
Right, so get ready. This is the story of Earth's smartest satellites.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive straight in then. An orbital AI supercomputer. I mean, it sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? What are we really talking about?
Well, at its heart, it's a computing system in space. Yeah. But it's specifically built to chew through massive amounts of data instantly, often right where the data is collected. So these aren't your standard satellites just taking pictures or relaying signals. Think of them more like, well, actual processing units, really intelligent ones. They've got top-of-the-line hardware. They run themselves 24/7. It's less camera in the sky and much more. Powerful, independent brains circling the Earth.
Okay, a brain in the sky. But that immediately makes me ask, why space? Why go to all that trouble? We've got huge data centers down here, right, on the ground. What's the big advantage of launching these really complex, presumably very expensive things into orbit?
Well, it really boils down to pushing efficiency and performance to the absolute limit. See, in space, in that vacuum, the hardware operates under almost perfect conditions.
Perfect conditions. How so?
You get natural cooling, basically, which is a massive deal for these high-power processors that generate a lot of heat. Plus, data can literally move faster without Earth's atmosphere getting in the way.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe even more important, that environment. It's perfect for really sensitive stuff, like quantum-level processing.
Some computing in space.
Exactly, using subatomic particles to calculate things at speeds that, silicon chips just can't even approach.
Oh.
So it means these orbital AIs can handle way more complex problems faster and using less power than anything we could build down here, no matter how big our data centers get.
Okay, that makes the why much clearer. So with that kind of power, that unique environment, what are they actually doing? Or what will they be doing very soon? What are the real-world applications?
Oh, the uses are pretty wide-ranging already and quite impactful. Think about disaster response. After a hurricane or earthquake, these systems can give almost immediate damage reports, pinpointing where infrastructure failed, which areas need help first, way faster than ground crews could manage.
Right, that makes sense. Instant overview.
Exactly. And they're already being used for tracking deforestation globally. They can tell the difference between, say, natural forest changes and illegal logging, even down to the type of tree sometimes. Real-time data that actually helps with enforcement and policy making.
Wow, down to the species.
Sometimes, yeah. And here's something maybe even more surprising. They might be able to spot early signs of disease outbreaks
How would they do that from orbit?
by looking for really subtle biopatterns, things we can't see, like tiny shifts in temperature patterns on the ground or weird atmospheric changes linked to biological activity. It's like planetary health monitoring, something we've just never had before.
That kind of global oversight, it's pretty mind-blowing. But okay, when you talk about tech, this advanced, this autonomous, and this intelligent, the conversation always comes around to control, doesn't it? Who's actually building these things? Who's in the race to get these orbital AI systems up there? What are the stakes? It sounds a bit like a new kind of, I don't know, space race, but with AI. Maybe a space AI Cold War.
You're spot on. It's definitely a new frontier, and it absolutely feels like a strategic race. You've got major countries, obviously the US, China, they're pouring resources into this, but also huge tech companies. Think Amazon, SpaceX, they're all investing massively.
And the stakes are?
Immense, truly immense. Because whoever gets ahead in orbital AI, they gain an unbelievable strategic advantage. We're talking better intelligence for warfare, sure, but also unmatched global surveillance capabilities. And think about the economic side predicting market shifts, maybe even down to specific commodities, with incredible accuracy. It's about getting this complete information advantage, an operational edge we've never seen before.
Right. And, well, with that kind of immense power, there's always immense vulnerability, isn't there? Which brings us straight to the ethics, the potential dangers. If these things are autonomous, if they're intelligent, what happens if they get hacked? Or maybe worse, what if they start making decisions we don't understand or didn't intend?
That's really the crux of it, isn't it? The capabilities are revolutionary, yes, but the risks, they're just as profound. Cyber attacks are the obvious worry, of course. I mean, imagine someone hostile getting control of the global surveillance AI.
Yeah, terrifying.
But there are other ethical problems unique to orbital AI, too. Like, what if a system designed purely for efficiency in managing resources during a climate crisis? What if it decides autonomously to prioritize, say, a specific ecosystem over a human settlement?
Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought of that.
Or what if, trying to protect itself during a massive solar flare, it triggers some kind of chain reaction, creates a ton of space debris that makes whole orbits unusable for us later? The potential for these unintended consequences from systems that optimize themselves, make their own decisions, especially given how fast they operate and that they're everywhere, it raises huge questions about who's accountable, who's in control. And we're only just starting to figure out how to even ask those questions properly.
Okay, so given all that the amazing applications, the geopolitical maneuvering, these really complex dangers, it almost feels like AI might just drift away from Earth eventually. Is that where people think this is headed? Will these smart systems ultimately find space a better home than, down here?
A lot of leading thinkers, yeah, futurists, technologists, they definitely see this as just the first step, the very beginning of a much bigger migration off planet for AI. The argument goes something like this. As AI gets more sophisticated, its best environment isn't Earth, with all our limitations or volatility. It's space, vast, stable, full of energy.
So beyond just Earth orbit.
Oh, yeah. You could see networks expanding. Maybe AI hubs on the moon managing resource extraction up there. Then maybe AI's mining asteroids. Or even independent AI settlements on Mars, governed entirely by AI. In that kind of future, the universe itself basically becomes the ultimate server farm. Intelligence just flourishes, free from planetary limits. And that changes everything for humanity's future. So when we look back at everything we've covered in this deep dive today, from the incredible power of orbital AI to these really deep ethical dilemmas, it brings us right back to that core tension, doesn't it? Is this new intelligence going to be Earth's greatest helper? Or is it going to become this powerful, maybe detached overseer? And the path we choose, the decisions we're making right now today, they're absolutely going to determine that outcome.
Yeah. And that really leaves us with something big to think about. Because, like our sources suggest, it seems the question isn't really if AI will have power from space. It's more like who is going to be guiding it? And maybe, ultimately, who ends up watching us from up there? And when you look up tonight, thinking about that silent revolution, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does all this mean for you personally? And what does it mean for all of us in the years ahead?